Greetings. I apologize I'm not there with you on campus today. I appreciate you taking the time to review my project and any feedback that you might have. My project investigates the use of Arabic in African American Muslim communities beyond that of prayers and the reading of the Quran. Here the discursive tradition of al-Islam as employed by the Warth Deen Muhammad community is analyzed. This includes the use of Islamic phrases and words to perpetuate traditional Islamic theology, in contrast to the practices of the Nation of Islam. The use of the term al-Islam itself is a traditional way to refer to the religion of Islam in the Arabic language. This work treats the transition of the Nation of Islam, led by W.D. Muhammad, as a discursive tradition that became a symbol for the conversion of the community to what is considered to be a more global, international Islamic practice. Focusing on particular language, both Arabic and religious terms, as engaged by the transitioning group, this work considers how Arabic was appropriated in weekly sermons, in newspapers, in Arabic language classes, and in religious education. In light of this study, the Arabic language itself becomes an object of material culture. The uses of phrases like Alhamdulillah, Dua, Inshallah become more than empty religious phrases. They are signifiers of the speaker's understanding of Islam and place in the greater Muslim Ummah. The use of language in general and Arabic in particular highlights one of the mechanisms that enabled the transformation of the W.D. Muhammad community to take place. To analyze the transition from the Nation of Islam ideology to what the W.D. Muhammad community understood as a more traditional global Islam, this paper relies on a range of sources, both primary and secondary. 3 distinct sets of materials are used to shed light on this work. The first 2 are a literature review of scholarly works on the Nation of Islam, the transition period from 1976 to 1986, and the establishment of the W.D. Muhammad community. Also, I'll be using academic articles on discourse and the language as material culture. Finally, the paper will be informed by primary sources such as documents, oral histories, and community newspapers from the After Malcolm Digital Archive. As we've discussed in class, Malcolm X continues to hold a prominent place in the discussion of the Black freedom struggle in America. However, the role of Islam in African American history and culture is less well known. Scholarship provides ample work on Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and W.D. Muhammad. But there's a lack of literature on how the transition from the Nation of Islam manifested itself into the W.D. Muhammad community of al-Islam. The goal of this work is to tie the use of Arabic as a discursive tradition of the transition to the larger conversation of the historical and theological developments of the Nation of Islam and al-Islam in the United States.